Tutorial I'm going to show you how to add a door style with a door color into your door management system. So what we're going to do, all I've done is I've created a folder on my desktop, added some materials with their names and their color blocks inside. Don't worry, you don't need all three color blocks, you just need one color block as a JPEG with its name in. If it's vertical, then obviously you would create it as a vertical. This one is horizontal. So this is the horizontal grain. I've created a separate one where I've spun the color around for my vertical grains. It just makes it a lot easier later on when you're designing, so you don't have to start switching colors around if you create two grains formats if it's got a grain showing. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to minimize that. I'm going to open my KD Max. Once I'm in my KD Max, all I'm going to do now is I'm just going to create a single room. I'm just going to put a single door in, doesn't really matter where. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to put some windows in, make it 1 meter high. So place a window, place a window. I'm happy with that. I'm now moving over to my 3D. I'm going to say yes. And I'm just going to choose, doesn't really matter which one. Let's choose a country, say OK. Once my room has been generated, what I can now do is I'm going to work on the actual door style itself. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go up to settings at the top. I'm going to come down to door style management. Under door style management, this is where we create the door shapes from our catalog and we add our colors for that particular door. In KD Max, each and every color will have a door shape as you create it. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to go down and I'm going to use wood skin. It's a grade C, that is fine. And what I'm going to do is underneath there where it says door shape, you'll see that this one's got a range of doors already. A full range in there. So what I'm going to do, and there's one in there that I've made before, which I'm actually going to delete. So it shouldn't be in there anymore, which it's not, which is perfect, that's how it should be. And what we're going to do, I'm now going to add, by adding a door, shape and style, it brings up this menu. In this particular menu you've got your series, which is where you've actually got your material. So you've actually got that already in there, but let's say for instance I'm going to call this Steve door, or doors, like that. I'm going to call this a grade like that. And now what I'm going to do, I can select my door. So by going to the code where it says door 000 and it says select, I'm now going to say select. Once I select, you'll see that it comes up with a blank option menu. At the top, under type 1, click on the little down arrow and click on all. You'll see once I've clicked on all, a series of door styles or shapes will appear inside the window. At the top, you've got first, previous, next and last. There's a total of 165 pages. Some of those pages will have grayed out doors with a little question mark in it. That means those doors have been custom made for somebody else and they didn't want them to be shared, so they're locked files. We won't be able to get into those. But there is still hundreds of different door styles for you to choose from. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click next. And as I'm scrolling through by pressing next, you'll see all the different door styles that will start appearing. And as I go through, you can see there are some different ones in there. There's your grayed out with the question mark. So we'll keep going. Some pages will have a lot of those grayed out areas, like this one. But just go next, and it'll just keep going. Like this one's got a lot grayed out, but just keep going. And you'll see it'll keep bringing you lots and lots of different door styles. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go back to the first page. I'm going to go next, and I'm going to go next, and I'm going to pick this unit over here where it's actually got the handle cut out in the middle of the unit over here. So it's door 013. So I click on it, I say OK. You'll see my drawing has actually appeared in the preview shape, and the code there is now door 013. I can now go where the name is, and I can give this door my own name, or if it's a particular branded name door, you can give it that door. So all I'm going to call this is cut and door out, just so that I know what it is. Once I've created the name for that particular door, I now move over and I go to where it says the color name, and underneath that it says picture. Where the picture is, I move across into where these double arrows are. I click on there, and it'll ask me to find where my doors are. So on mine, I've got it under my desktop. I've got a folder that I created called doors. I open that. So yours could be PG Bison, could be whatever that you've created. Just create it on your desktop to make it easier to find. Inside there, I've now created my folders of my different materials. So if I was going, for instance, for the cherry horizontal, normally what I would do is, rather than having to retype all this in later, I right click, I move down to rename, and it'll highlight my name inside that area. I right click and I say copy. Then I click anywhere within inside this white space with my left button, and it takes it away. Now I'm going to move up to where my cherry H is, and I'm going to double click, and it doesn't matter that even if you've only got one picture in there, these were already door styles I've created, so that's why there's 3. If there's only one picture, don't worry about it, just click on the one picture, say open, and what it'll do is it'll put the path to that picture in this line over here. Move back up to where it says the color of the name, left click inside there, then right click, go to paste, and the name you've just copied from this folder now appears. So my name of my product is there, and it's a H, which means it's a horizontal. Below this, where it's got reflection 0, diffusion, and color blend factors, and everything here, what you can actually do is, if this was a glass door, you could give it a reflection. If this door only comes in a really high gloss finish, you can actually put in another reflection here to make it a really high gloss color. But for now, I'm happy with the way they've set it up. It's a standard type of door. I'm happy with that. All I then have to do is say OK. When I say OK, it'll automatically put and create 3 images automatically for that particular door color that we've created. It automatically puts it in the right place inside your KD Max folder. So even though your original color was on your desktop, even if you delete that off your desktop now, KD Max has now created it in the KD Max folder. You don't have to worry about it anymore. All you do is say OK. You'll see now that it has actually added. If I go to a thumbnail, there's my material that it's added for the door style that we've chosen, which was the cut handle out door that we've created. I'm now going to add another one. I'll just click on add. It all comes up exactly the same, except what you have to do is you have to remember to select the handle, the door again, door style. So by running through it, we find the door, click OK, it brings the preview up. Now we're ready to add the next picture. I'm going to go in, I'm going to go up 1, and now I want the vertical grain of that particular material. So again, I'm going to right click, I'm going to go down to rename, I'm going to right click, and I'm going to say copy. And then inside the white space, left click, and then open it up, pick the picture, say open. And then now what happens is it's put it back in there. I'm going to click inside the color name, right click, paste, there's my vertical. I'm not changing any of the reflections or anything. I'm going to say OK. It automatically will generate the picture previews that I need for KD Max to work properly. I say OK, and it's now added the next one in. I can now go add, and I can do exactly the same again. I go up, I find my picture, there it is, I click OK, and now what I'm going to do is under the picture, maybe a little bit quicker now so that you can see, I'm going to choose this one, I'm going to right click, I'm going to say rename, I'm going to copy, left click anywhere in the space, open it up, choose your color, open, it's in there already, I'm going to left click, right click to paste, there it is with my horizontal, I'm going to say OK, it generates the 3 pictures again, I've now got a third color in. I'm going to add it again, and this time what I'm going to do is just add the next one, and you'll see once you actually get reasonably quick with it, it is actually quite fast. So I'm going to open that one, click, and you'll see by opening it, you'll be able to follow what I'm doing now, and it generates the next one. So under that name and branding now, we've actually got 4 different colors, because we've got our vertical and our horizontal grains, but they're all going to be linked to that new door style that we've created. All I now do is I say OK, and inside now my system, if I place a unit, what we're going to do is we click on the little man after you've restarted your computer, and what happens now is under your door section, once you've restarted KDMax, you will have your own door style system that we've created. So by restarting KDMax, it automatically generates a new folder for you for the doors that you've created. By clicking on there, you'll see that it's brought in my color ranges, and then by double clicking on my color ranges, it's now brought in that new door handle style that we've created. Now for instance, if I was on a different one and I used a different type of door color style like that, but I only wanted to change one door, what I can do is I go to my door section, I can move all the way down to color. I'm going to choose, instead of unit, I'm just going to use board face. I'm going to click on that one, and by going to that, you'll see now by moving down, I've got Steve's doors, which we've created, and I'm going to choose a vertical, and I'm going to say OK, and you'll see now you can do it that way as well. I hope this has helped, and I'm really excited now for people to be able to start adding their own door colors and door styles. This is just another one of our tutorials to make life a little bit easier, and hopefully making you understand KDMax that much better. Thank you for listening.